Hi, good afternoon, parents. Thank you for joining us for today. Okay, my name is Madam Faiza. The children actually know me as Madam Faiza. So normally the students will greet me by Madam Faiza. Okay, you can contact me through this number, General Office. Okay, and if you have any queries, you can also email me here as stated here. Yeah. So the agenda for today, parents, okay, I have three main agenda. Okay, I'll be sharing with you about the customized learning with technology for P3 and P4. All right, then next, I'm sure parents are excited to know the assessments that we have for P3 and P4, and also the programs that is unique to our levels. Next, after that, we will have our Q&A. However, parents, if you have any questions, you can type in the Q&A that we have. Yeah. So parents, I would like to share this proverb with you. I'm sure, okay, parents, you have seen this before. All right. It takes a village to raise a child. So parents, we hope that we can work together. All right. In school, we have not just the teaching staff who are looking into the holistic development of your child. We also have others, non-teaching staff. We have our counselors, yeah, our AEDs, LBS, and you parents plays an important role in raising the child. Yeah. So I hope that parent, we can bring out the best in our children together. All right, because you bring a different kind of encouragement, inspiration, and wisdom to the journey of our child. Yeah, by having frequent conversation with your child to know what has been happening in school, right? And you also, parents, complement the good work of our teachers by supporting us in our school programs and also be involved in the programs and activities that we have. So parents, I hope that with being a supportive partner, all right, we can bring a conducive learning, yeah, with parents, yeah. Yeah. All right, parents, you have your session with the form teachers just now. Okay, so I'm sure they already have already informed you about the class culture and the expectation. So do work with our teachers on this. All right. So parents, sometimes you would like to seek clarification with them with regards to your child um, uh, development. So you do not have to wait until they meet the parent sessions. All right. You can always drop a note and also, in your class dojo, in any forms of communication with the teachers. So parents, let your child be accountable and take charge of his or her own learning. Like just now shared by Mr. Peck, all right? Let them make mistakes and they learned. For P3 parents, do not worry. I know that during the session just now, I do see some questions, your concern about P3 not able to cope, learning new things, yeah, and then they're also learning new subject, they're having CCAs and all that. So parents, we hope that you also can help us in monitoring your child, have them share their experiences in school so that you're able to know their development, okay, maybe they are facing some some problems, and then if you happen to know, do alert us, okay, do alert the teachers so that we are able to help your child. So parents, okay, the first part here is about the learning with technology. Just now, Mr. Peck already shared the schedule that we're going to have for LWT for 2022. But parents, I just want to share with you that LWT is not just an assignment for the child just to hand up. Okay, it's not just a one-time assignment, but LWT assignment is actually more explorative. Okay, it's a learning process. It's like a process whereby learning process they have done in class, and they actually have been discussed. They will have discussions after the LWT assignment. Okay, so parents, we hope that you can support them in this journey. So parents, for P3, this is a sample of the LWT plan that we have. All right. For example, this plan will be given to parents, but also the children will have a checklist on the assignment that they have to complete during the schedule. So this will give them like a plan what they have to do, and then they have to ensure that they have to finish it, and then and because it's important for them to be able to complete it before the discussion takes place in class. So this is an example of P4 LWT plan. Yeah. So like for example, just now we have like English, math, mother tongue, science, music, CCE. So probably you will be thinking, hey, how come there's no PE? So different timing would have a different subjects. We have a mix of IP and non-IP subject. Yeah. So you can see that the mode here will be also reflected. So parents will know whether the child will need to complete it in Google Classroom or in SLS, or maybe the teacher will also use a different kind of platform. Yeah. So parents, this one part I'm sure the P3 and P4 parents waiting to know. All right. I just want to share with you the terms that is being used. I know P3 parents will not sure what it when we mention WA. So WA is actually weighted assessment. Yeah. MYE is actually a mid-year exam, and EYE is actually end of year exam. So this will be reflected in the report book. It's different from the P1 and P2, whereby there will be no indication of WA, MYE, or EYE in your report book. This is something different for the P3, yeah? Okay, so we talk about assessment. We know that, okay, we need to gauge the students' progress. So assessment is very important to address not just that, but also to address the learning gaps. For P3 and P4, assessment, we have different kind of assessment. You can see here is pen and paper, means you have written assessment. It can come in a form of class worksheet or topical review. Okay, so for performance tasks, okay, they are also be given like journaling and also use of manipulative, okay, in the assessment. When we talk about integrated tasks, okay, this is actually a combination of assessment modes, whereby the children will be using different kind of skills, okay, to be assessed. Yeah. So parents, this is a P3 assessment weighting distribution. You can see here, all right, we know that there will be no mid-year exam. You can see that there's no mid-year exam. However, in term 2, there will be weighted assessment. All right, like for English, when we mention weighted assessment, what is it? When LC means here for English, LC means listening comprehension. And paper 1 is actually writing. So at P3, all right, for term 2, for weighted assessment, there will be LC and also paper 1 component that will be weighted. All right. So for math, there will be a term review paper whereby it consists about 15% of the overall. For science, there'll be a performance task. Like I mentioned just now, performance tasks, okay, will have different kind of mode for them to be tested. Okay, for mother tongue, for term 2, you can see that they actually have LC and oral, which is different from English. So for term 2, these are the weighted assessment. All right, okay. Right, for term 3, there are also other weighted assessment that will be tested. All right, so you can see here when I put here weightings, okay, is actually the distribution that will add up, sum up to the overall score, which is the 100% at the end of the year. There. Okay, parents. Okay. For P4, okay, sorry. All right, for P3, there's this P3 gifted education program. There were some questions just now during the P session. Okay, what is this P3 gifted education program? Okay, this program is actually aims to identify suitable pupils with high intellectual potential. I understand that some parents actually send their children for tuition to be able to score better for this gifted program. However, just to share with parents that this could actually inflate the pupil score and doesn't reflect the actual potential. Yeah, for those who are selected to go for this program, okay, the rigor and demand of the program is may not be suitable for these children if they actually they have to go through tuition to get into this. Yeah, and then it will put undue stress on these pupils. So here on my right here, there's two dates. Okay, there are two sections, right? GEP screening exercise. Okay, for GEP screening exercise, for this exercise, everybody will get the option of whether they want to take part, okay, or not. All right. So if parents opt for the child to take part, all right, it will be held on the 17th of August 2022. All right. However, for this GEP selection exercise, the second one, only shortlisted students will be selected. All right, and you can see here is actually during the work week. It's actually during the PSLE marking exercise. Yeah. I mentioned just now the work week because this in 2021, okay, last year, what happened was that the date was postponed, and the second selection was only done in November during the school holidays because of the COVID situation. So the dates may change. Yeah. All this information, okay, nearer to the dates. Okay, I will send out a hard copy option form for parents to opt in or opt out. Yeah. So parents, now it's the P4 assessment. Okay, here we have, okay, you know that for P4, there's mid-year exam and also end of the year exam. All right. However, there are some subjects like math and science. They do have weighted assessment in term 3 and term 4. Okay. Yeah. So there's a component here, LWT, for math. So for math, you can see just now there are actually 6 schedules, right? So for they actually have math assignment to do. However, okay, they can, only 10% of the overall okay, is taken into consideration. Yeah. So for P4 parents, okay, at the end of the year, the student will go through this P4 subject-based banding. All right. Okay, it was introduced as a refinement to the streaming process because previously the streaming process was a bit different. Okay. All P4 students will be promoted to P5 class based on the total marks of English, math, and science. More information on this P4 subject-based banding will be given to you. We even have a town hall session for our P4 parents. Yeah. Okay. For our school, our policy is that we want to all, if possible, we want all students to take standard subject at P5 level. And we actually encourage more students to take higher mother tongue at P5, P6. So parents, what is the unique programs at P3 and P4? One of it is, I'm sure you have heard about it just now, about the one-to-one computing. So for parents who did not manage to join us for our engagement session last year, there's this QR code we actually link you up to what have been done. Okay, what is the program about? It is more detailed. So briefly, this program has started in 2030 with a pilot class. I mean, only one class. Okay, for this program, students bring their own device, which means their personal learning device. Okay, there are also questions by parents ask, is it compulsory? Because they know that in secondary school it is a compulsory program, but for primary school, okay, actually not many schools have this kind of one-to-one program. Like Mr. has mentioned, why we embark on this, okay, and why we continue to having this program. Okay, one of it is that because you observe that students actually shows greater independence and looking for more information, asking teacher deeper questions, right? By using their device, they're able to have self-directed learning. Okay, this part is about the MDM. Yeah, parents, I do see some questions with regards to MDM. All right, for your information, parents, we are going to have a workshop, hands-on workshop for parents who actually enroll their child in our program. Okay, this will enable the parents to actually control through your own personal smartphone or even your own smart device. Okay, for school, what we do is that we'll control the device from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. The school will determine the apps and the programs that we want to install. Okay, we will push the application centrally. All right, and we also block and unapproved website or undesirable website that the children, will tend to go to. Sometimes, out of curiosity, we can see that sometimes students being young, right, they will tend to go to website or certain things, they will use a certain application that is not suitable for them. So parents, do look out for this information. All right, I will put it in PG with regards to this workshop. So because I understand that some parents are facing difficulty in getting the iPad smart device because there seems to be a shortage of supply. After Chinese New Year, all right, in February, we'll be having this MDM workshop. Yeah. So, all right. So parents, do join us for the cyber awareness sharing and also the MDM workshop that I mentioned just now. And please parents, do share with us the issues and challenges that you experience, okay, so that, we can work together, the school can work together with you, all right, to be able to overcome these challenges together, all right. Just to let you know, the FTs have gone through the device policy of the students, all right. Even though the students are not using their own personal device, the teacher actually go through with everybody. Okay, this device is for everybody because in MRT, those students without devices are also using our school devices. Okay. All right. So as parents and guardians, how you can help us? Okay. At home, do model good digital habits. I understand that sometimes during meals, we tend to use devices. So we hope that at home you can set some ground rules. Okay, so that the children can follow. Yeah, and have conversation with your child about the safe and responsible use of technology, because in MRT we do have cyber awareness sessions with the children. We teach the children how to be a responsible user. So at home, parents, we hope that you also set the ground rules and internet and device usage. Okay, what about students who do not have their own device? These questions have been, we see it in some of the questions that parents post. Okay, do not worry parents, the children will not be shortchanged. Okay, for teachers who actually teach the mixed device classes, what they do is that actually they will be loaning out devices, but this is also based on availability, because, all right, the school devices are for everybody usage. Okay, so it may not be available on the day that the children may use. Okay, so what happens is, okay, they be able to only loan, for example, 10 devices, so they have to share. All right. And also during lessons, teachers also use hard copy for those children who doesn't have their own devices. However, parents, sometimes the children would have to complete the assignment, okay, at home. It's like an extra, because sometimes, in terms of collaboration work, whereby the children needs to use the device, and then they would write their points, their opinions, and at home they need to post it, yeah, in the platforms that are being used by the class. So parents, okay, all right, this program that we have in our school, since the children in P1, they have been learning some ICT skills. Okay, for P3 and P4, at P3, they will learn about Microsoft Excel and also Google Sheet. All right, currently, P4 actually are going through this video editing. Yeah, because of because we have our own IT trainer, so we are able to start this program, okay, as early as term 1. Yeah, so the children, at the end of P6, the children would have a head start in the ICT skills that they have. All right. Parents, you may receive information about CCM. What is CCM? It's a conversational program, okay, Chinese or Malay program. This program actually aims to strengthen the students' foundational grasp in the respective languages. They can use it to converse with their friends, build their rapport. All right. For Chinese students, they will actually learn conversational Malay. However, for our Indian and Malay students, they will actually learn Chinese language. Yeah, Chinese language. For this program. Yeah. So for P3, the program will be held in term 2, and for P4, okay, it'll be in term 3. All right. So there'll be 5 lessons, and it is 2 hours per week. All right. For parents, probably for my P4, you'll be thinking, how come there's no mention about P4 camp, about P3 Sim Safer program? All right, for now, there'll be suspension of these 2 programs. However, if there's any update, we will update you again with regards to these 2 programs. Yeah. So that's the end for my sharing today. Okay, there's now the Q&A session. Let me take a look at okay, chat. I think there's quite a few questions here. Yeah. Okay. All right. For CCM program, yes, it is after school hours. Yeah. And it will be held in our school. For last year, the CCM program is actually held online because of the COVID situation. So for this year, we hope that you can have it face to face. We have instructors coming to our school to actually conduct the program. Okay, we also have questions in regards to connecting to school Wi-Fi. Okay, all right, parents, the moment when the child actually come to our school, right, with the device, it will be automatically connected to school Wi-Fi once it's enrolled to our MDM. Yeah, but if it's your own personal device whereby they do not enroll to our MDM, then it would have to key in their own ID and the password. Every child will have their own ID and password to connect to the Wi-Fi. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. After school program, is it possible to allow students to have some break for food? Yes, because I understand that P3, their lunch is actually, at 12 o'clock. So if they have lessons about 3 that ended quite late, yeah, they actually we told the student to buy snacks or even bring their own snacks so that during the programs, the ICT program, they would have in between breaks. Yeah, parents? Okay. So yeah, let me see. Is the structured program for all primary 4 students? Is it regarding the ICT structured program? If it's for ICT structured program, yes, it's for all students. Okay. All right. All right, for CCM, P3 CCM. Okay, it's not compulsory, but we strongly encourage. All right. And the days is actually on Monday. Yeah, every Monday after school. So let's see, there's another question here. All right, for P3, when we pass the iPad to the school for management, do we have to log out of Apple ID or any other account? Yes, parents, you need to log out. If you do not log out, what will happen is that all the information into your iPad will be resetted. I also have a question by one parent just now. They would like the iPad to be resetted and do not want any applications that they had previously. So, like I mentioned just now, you need to log out from your Apple ID. Yeah. Okay. Hi, there will be no P4 gifted program. So at P3, those students who are successful in going through the next stage, who are actually accepted through the gifted program, would be given the posting school, that they will have to go. So actually, we have about 4 schools that have this gifted program. Okay, right. Some of the questions being answered by my fellow yearhead and also my school leaders. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay, teacher can help P3 student build time management. Parents, for information, right? For every Thursday, there's the FTGP time, whereby the form teachers actually use this time to inculcate values. Okay, and beginning of the year, we do set goals with children. We actually guide the students on how to manage their time. In terms of doing their homework. Yeah, so at home, we also hope that she will also emphasize this with the children. Okay, there's this question about own Apple ID. Their parents, if they are only using it for learning purpose, okay, for school, they do not need to apply for their own Apple ID. Okay, so parents do not worry. If they need to have iPad ID, the school would actually create one for them. Yeah. Okay. We have this question: can school provide the instructions that we can set up the iPad ourselves? Yes, we can. Parents, we have. I will send the link, okay, to parents on the process how to actually enroll, how to connect your device, your child device, to make sure you are able to control the device. However, you will also need our school code. Yeah, because it's actually we have to buy the license for the MDM, so we actually have a school code. Yeah, so after our session, okay, I will get back to you regards to the instructions. We have a YouTube actually link on how you are able to set up the iPad yourself. Yeah. But to be enrolled to our school environment, you need to give us your iPad so that we can do it for you. Okay, we have a questions about Monday CCA. Do the students go to their class on Monday morning or do they meet at some assembly point? All right, the children have to report to their own classes. So after the assembly, what we will do is that the CCA OIC will actually inform the students the venues. So all students P3 and P4s will have to report to their own classroom. Yeah. Okay, EYE in assessments, we think is the end of the year assessment, which is like a full paper, right? For example, if like English, it may, the weighted will be like, is like a full paper will have different components like grammar components, like comprehension. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Mhm. Okay, can please share P3 term exam dates again? Okay, dear parents, the term exam dates will be reflected in the school calendar. Do not worry, okay? If your child if you misplace it, don't worry. We have it in soft copy. We can actually ask your FT to send it to you. So there's another question here. So if I just receive a brand new iPad, I don't have to do anything. Yes, you do not need to do anything. All right, you just need to label the class and then your child's name, and then you just need to hand it over to the form teacher, and the form teacher will hand over to our ICT manager to do the necessary. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we still have three questions, open questions here. I think my colleagues here are answering the questions about the field trip and also about the CCA. Their parents, do not worry about the child bringing their own personal devices to school. Routines have been set by the form teachers. Like for example, when they actually leave the class for lunch, for to other venues for PE or music, there will be someone who will actually lock the door. So every time the child moves to a different venue, okay, the classroom will be locked. Their parents. I also have question by how long will it take for MDM to be installed on my child's iPad? Okay, it may take a few days. Sometimes we have to return the iPad back to the student because there are some issues with the iPad, like there's still Apple ID installed there. Okay, so actually you need to remove the Apple ID, and then you have to send it back to us. You're welcome. Okay, I think most of the questions have been answered. You see, yes, if you have Chromebook, you can also allow your child to bring. It's just that Chromebook is a bit more heavy as compared to iPad or tablet. So yeah, if you would like to your child to bring it, it'll be all right. Okay. Okay. All right. I think there's a question about field trip for P3. So far, all right. There is no field trip for P3. It's more about the more of online learning journey. Yeah. I think today you would have received this enrichment form whereby there this indication of all the programs that you have. Then there will be indication about we have ELJ, all right, for English and so for mother tongue. So most of the field trip for P3 will be online. Yeah. Mhm. I think parents, that's the only questions that we have for today. All right. Yeah. So parents, I've shared with you my email address. If you do have any other queries, okay, do feel free to drop me an email. Okay. Try my best to respond promptly to you. All right. Oh, we still have one more question coming in. I think I'll just take one. Okay. Okay. Hi. Do we need any SIM card along with the iPad? Is it data? You don't need. Okay, because the in school we only use Wi-Fi. So if you want to have the intention of purchasing the iPad, just need to purchase it with just the Wi-Fi mode. Yeah. Is after school, the child doesn't have to complete it on the day itself. All right. Actually, they can complete it within the week that's given to them. I do understand that there are some CCA who have additional CCA, which is like Zoom sessions, all right, or like on Wednesday or even Friday. So do ask your child to inform the CCA teachers with regards to this this problem that you face, and see whether we can help to make some kind of arrangement. Yeah, because we do have students who are in student care, and we actually try to arrange if they are able to have the session with us. Yeah. Okay. Okay, parents, I think okay. Yeah. Okay, we are still answering some questions here. Okay. 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 So parents, that's all for today. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, there's few more questions here. Okay. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. This one? Okay. All right. Okay. It's about LWT. LWT is learning with technology, whereby actually is the using of the devices, okay, for them to complete the assignment. Yeah. So it is an assignment where you can do anywhere, anytime, okay, whether it's indoor or outdoor. Oh, proper chair and desk. Okay. Okay, I think this question will be answered about the LWT. Okay, it's about the safekeeping of all the P3 student iPads. Okay, the students are responsible in the safekeeping of their own devices. All right, like mentioned just now, the teachers have put in some routines and guide the students on how to take care of their iPads. Like mentioned just now, classroom will be locked when the children are not in class, and definitely the teachers will remind the students if we find that the students are not taking care of their devices. Okay. Okay. All right. Parents, if you still have any more questions, right? So feel free to email me or even ask your form teachers. Okay. And we'll get back to you. All right. So I think that's the end for today. All right. Thank you, parents, for joining us. So I will stop the Zoom meeting for now. Yeah. Thank you, parents.